You guys, JK here. Just gonna walk through some errands, I guess, and chit-chat a little bit. I think I'll go to the arena first because it's filled up here. So I'm trying to stay in the top 3,000. I really don't care beyond that because the prizes don't seem to get any better. But definitely there's some fierce competition. Every time I am in the top 3,000 and then I step away from the game and I come back, I'm number 4,000 or whatever afterwards. So definitely a lot of people trying to be active, trying to get the extra 2 tough pots. What is today? Today's the 15th. Tomorrow I'll probably do like a couple of refills just to further cement my place up there. But for now, I'm just going to maintain as well as I can. Pretty good party, but Lena's definitely going to die easily. And I mean, it's pretty hard at this point to lose. A lot of things would have to go wrong. Of course, my streaks have been broken twice because of disconnects, so kind of annoying. In fact, I didn't even restart the application before I started recording, so I'm playing it kind of risky right now. So I was thinking recently about Cecil versus Warrior of Light. As you know, Warrior of Light's going to get a 6-star reform as well. I don't know how much longer it's going to be, maybe a couple months or so, but it was basically a debate in my head about, which one am I going to use, because we have been getting these tough pots and things like that, and I've been saving them up, debating whether to use them on Cecil or to save them for Warrior of Light. Now, I did make I do have a 3-star Cecil that I've been pumping a lot of little mini burst pots into, and his limit break is almost level 10. So, I was definitely planning on using him, but then I was thinking a little bit more about it. In the long run, I think that Warrior of Light just makes a little bit more sense. Let me just get the fight going here again. And the reason for that is that, as we all know, the best healer in the game eventually is going to become Tillith, and it's not even close. And what Tillith does is she has that, although it's only a 2-turn buff, she has that buff that does all of your stats, basically your attack, defense, magic, and spirit. It's only 40%, not 45%, but still, it covers everything. So, Cecil's focus isn't necessarily going to be that important. Well, neither is Warrior of Light's version of cheer. He gets an emboldened type of cheer, 45%, 5 turns, but neither of those is going to be that crucial once you get Tillith in there, because she's covering pretty much everything. Now, the reason why Cecil works so well right now is that he perfectly complements Refia, who is the best healer right now. Refia has Embolden, which does attack and defense. Cecil does Focus, which does magic and spirit. So they cover each other there. Refia has Curaja, but sometimes Curaja is not enough. So Cecil provides backup healing. Now the reason Cecil doesn't work too well with 6-star Tillith coming up is because Tillith doesn't need backup healer. She has basically AoE, full heal. She can heal up everybody completely. So that backup healing no longer is useful. Focus is no longer useful. So Cecil becomes a little bit more limited there, paired up with Tillith. 6-star Tillith, which I understand is months down the road as well. But with Warrior of Light, outside of that 45% version of cheer, he also has other things that he brings to the fight that are very important. He has full break even at 5 stars, but at 6 stars he has really powerful versions of a break or breakdown. Basically, he can reduce attack magic by 45% or defense and spirit by 45%. I think that's the coupling there. But that increases your damage output, and in a lot of ways, or it can, mitigate. And that is a lot more useful than having a Cecil who provides backup healing you don't need, provides focus that you don't need, again, with a 6-star Tillith. So right now, with Refia, Cecil's perfect. But down the road, I think I'm saving all my tough pots. I think that's what they're called. I think I'm saving all of those for Warrior of Light. It is a little bit of a shame that I built up the other Cecil's limit break to such a high level, but at the same time, not really interested in beefing up the limit breaks for a Warrior of Light, or it doesn't make that much of a difference, so maybe it's not such a loss. And we will be using Cecil for the next couple months at least, even over Warrior of Light, until we get the 6-star Tillith at least. So I apologize if these arena fights are boring for you. As you can see, it's really hard to lose, straight up, with a party like mine. And mine's not even, a super whale party. I guess that brings me to my next point, my next observation. There are people out there who, and this is not a judgment at all, I totally respect what they want to do, but they have crazy whale accounts. They have, like 4 lightnings and a Cecil, or Luniths and Dark Cecil, like all these base 5 stars that are really hard to get, and they have major TMs everywhere. They're just really, really powerful. But the problem is, when I fight those guys, I still don't have a problem, because there's still the huge advantage of human intelligence versus this crappy arena AI. So all of those parties, I end up killing them anyway. In a way, that's good, because even if you're not a mega whale, you still can hang with those guys. But at the same time, as a whale, you have to be a little bit annoyed that all that whaling didn't necessarily create a huge advantage for you. People who didn't whale as much can still win just as easily. So I just thought that was an interesting dynamic that's going on in the arena. Some people don't like arena too much. They think it's a little bit boring, and I kind of understand it's a little bit of a chore, but at the same time, it's just nice to have any PvP element in the game. And this way, if players become inactive or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I've seen games where it is true PvP, but you end up having long search times. You end up having drawn out battles as the other side takes a long time to decide what to do. And at least for me, I'm very kind of in and out with this game. I mean, I love it obviously, but I try to do things quickly, so I don't mind the PvP too much. Let's see here. It's pretty brainless, honestly, at this point. I do the same thing for every fight. I think after this fight, I'll go ahead and just get out and do a couple of the event runs, because you don't want to see all these fights in a row, and I'll run out of things to talk about. So what have I talked about? Warrior Light versus Cecil. Oh, that's another thing. Because everybody's using a Cecil in arena, and he's completely immune to light element, that has kind of made Excalibur a liability in a lot of ways. I still have it on my Lunith, because he's my leader. I don't want to take the best sword off of him, but it is annoying when a Cecil's blocking all this stuff with against my best attacker. But that has made me realize that there's a sword out there that is very underappreciated, very underfarmed, and part of the reason is because that sword is not as easy to farm as a 3-star Cecil is, but the one that I'm talking about is Agrius's Save the Queen. This is a non-elemental sword, so you don't have to worry about Cecil resisting it. You don't have to worry about really any element being resisted by it. Even Cloud of Darkness, who resists all these other elements by 50%, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. I think that sword is gonna make a little bit of a push in the public eye eventually, unless a lot of other stuff comes out. I mean, I know some top players are already using, dark elemental swords like Dark Cecil's TM and stuff like that, which works fine right now, except against Elza actually, and maybe a couple other characters. But yeah, I think Save the Queen would be really useful to have. I'm gonna farm up that TM very soon. I only have 2 Agrises, but still farmable. Okay, so let's go to the event. I think I have about 23,000 karma. I'm just trying to get the 35,000 to get the trust mogul, and then I'm pretty much going to stop. After that point, I'll just do regular TM farming and even quests. No metal gods. I like it when people equip that Death Scythe, I think it's called, because it gives Elza kind of like a weak AoE, which is better than nothing. I've seen people put Blade Blitz TM on her even, which is a little bit funny, but kind of makes sense because AoE is her main weakness, I think, as an attacker. As a single target attacker, I think she's by far the best in the game. I think she puts away Lightning and Lunith easily. I mean, it's a 4.2 multiplier, and her what is that skill called? Let's see. Ravaging Blow. This thing is insane. Minus 50% and all that. Effectively doubles your damage output. This is a really great skill. It's actually making me really wish I had an Elza in my main party. But for now, I'll just have to settle without it. How am I gonna do all this stuff? He's probably gonna die anyway. But yeah, the event obviously is highly encouraging you to get characters off the banner, which people don't like, but I think in the future it's not going to be as bad because we will have characters already that fit into the realm, like a Final Fantasy VI event, if that comes up, for instance. And once you have those characters in your party, farming is actually not that bad. The rates are not that bad. Averaged out over like 800 per run, 1,000 per run, and then you get those like Metal God runs that you get close to 10K. It's really not that bad. It's really not that inefficient. But of course, people don't have the characters. It's just a ridiculous grind. I really was hoping I could get a Metal God run on video, but looks like it's not going to happen. Yeah, sure. Just get as much AoE as I possibly can. One thing I will mention is, aside from restarting the app when you're doing arena so that you don't crash and take a loss and break your streak, please remember to set your arena team in the same way that you would set your Coliseum team or your companion team or whatever it's called. It's very important that you do that because it's easy to go in there, forget that you have your TM farming team or whatever, and you bring it into a fight and then you lose. Can be really disheartening. Actually, I'll just show you real quick after this, in case some people don't know how to do that. Man, that Man-Eater is so good. Alright, so the last thing I'll show you is just how to make sure you have your arena team set, so you don't do what I did, take an unintentional loss. Then I'll call it a video. Alright, so for a lot of people this is obvious, but it doesn't hurt to show. So you go to menu, options, scroll all the way down, and then you click on, it's by default it's going to say current party, but you want to go to the other button here, which is not necessarily going to read main. But what you do is click on this button, and then you can select which team you want to pull the leader from. No, I'm sorry, that's for the companion party. This one is just the team that you're automatically going to bring to the arena. So make sure to do that if you haven't already. Anyway, hope you guys thought that was a little bit interesting, and good luck on the event. I really want an Elza. I might, you know what, I'm going to do one ticket pull just because I highly doubt anything will happen, but you know, might as well. Gosh, that'd be amazing. Nope. It's like the complete opposite of Elsa. So, all right, I'll see you guys later.